Good afternoon, this is Alvin Taveras and I'm here at Estero Community Park where apparently there's a disc golf field. First time I heard about it, but it's pretty cool to have it here. We're here today, we're going to talk about VA loans. Now I recently got VA certified and so I know a little bit about the subject matter. And one of the things that surprised me the most is that there's a great deal of stigma attached to VA loans. And I'm going to go through 3 of the biggest myths surrounding VA loans, and we're going to debunk a few of them. Now let's start from what is a VA loan and how did we get to some of this misconceptions around them. Well, a VA loan is a loan that the government issues to veterans who served a certain period of time and they have certain benefits. The VA loan is a 25% guarantee towards a mortgage. And so what that does is it allows a lot of veterans to actually pay for a home with zero or no money down. So where did these stigmas start from? Well, the VA loan originated in 1944, and like the government does, not much has changed since. That was the case for a large number of years. And recently, there's been a lot of upgrades and improvements to the loan programs, making it easier and making veterans have better access to it, that actually removed some of the stigmas that still exist. So let's go through some of the stigmas. One of them is that VA loans are very expensive. Most people think about this, or if they do think about it, their thought process of it being too expensive comes from a VA funding fee. A VA funding fee is a one-time fee that is applied and paid at closing that can range anywhere up to 3 and 0.3%. Now that seems pretty big, but when you compare it to an FHA loan that has a monthly PMI fee that can regularly be around $200 per month, it's a big contrast, right? Would you rather pay one fee once, or would you rather pay a fee every single time? And if you draw it out for multiple years, a VA funding fee is a lot cheaper than paying PMI on an FHA loan. Secondly, is that if you have a service-related injury, you don't have to pay the VA funding fee. That's right, the VA actually waives this fee. Now this actually applies to about 50% of those that qualify for a VA loan. So in essence, this imaginary cost doesn't seem that big in comparison, and it doesn't apply to half of all veterans. So that's good news. The second big myth is that VA loans are complicated. Now, you have to understand that when we're talking about complications, we got to talk about human behaviors. So if you're working with a loan originator or a mortgage lender who does not actively generate and put together VA loan packages, yes, that will be a challenge. If you do 20 conventional loans, 20 FHA loans, and then one time a year you do a VA loan, that's going to seem a lot more complicated. So what you need to do is make sure you're working with a lender that's very competent in VA loans, because they're going to steer you in the right direction and give you the facts. They're not going to push you towards an FHA or conventional simply for their convenience. Now, the third big myth is that the VA is very restrictive on the type of homes you can buy. Now, this comes from really the inspection of the home. Now, here in Florida, there's going to be 2 requirements from an inspection. One of them is they're going to check your well water. Well, you should get your well checked anyway. Secondly, they're going to make sure that you have to do a wood-destroying organisms survey. Basically, they're checking for termites. You're buying a house, you should check for termites. That's an inspection that you want to pay for. So in essence, there are 3 common myths that are completely debunked. Now I can tell you from personal experience, the VA has had a lot of improvements, but you should always work with a lender who specializes in VA if you do qualify for them. Now, to find out if you do qualify, go to eBenefits. That's ebenefits.va.gov. There you can put your information in and see if you qualify for a VA loan. Thank you and take care. Leave your questions at the bottom. I will see you next time.